But anyway, it's about Mega Heracross, and look at my boy, RUBL. Unbelievable, am I right? That's just, that ain't right. I tell you, that ain't right. But today we're going to do something to rectify this grave error. Okay, let me just make sure we're going live. Okay. As always, there's a delay, so I have no idea why this isn't starting. Like, it keeps resetting. It's like, oh, you're live, but I'm not. I'm watching this stream on my phone. Okay, finally we're live. All right. Let me restart all that, because I think that got cut off. Heracross. It's RUBL. It's unacceptable. We're going to fix that today. We're going to make this not RUBL. Well, we might not. Are we going to cause a tier shift? Realistically, probably not. But this is an awesome Pokemon. It's so cool. And I'm super excited to use it. And I had an interesting core idea because I've been cooking mentally for a few days now about this. And I think I want to run, obviously you've got to run SD, Rock Blast CC. Like if you don't run, well, maybe not SD, you can run 4 attacks. You need Rock Blast CC. If you don't run Rock Blast CC, your Heracross set sucks, basically. I think that's, well, does it have, it has like arm thrust or something, right? That's like arm, yeah, which can hit, but like why would you run this? Because it's still, I mean, that gets you to what, like 15 times, so that's still just like a 75 base power move, so it's not really worth running arm thrust. I've seen it done. I don't think it's good. Yeah, especially because it's contact, so generally you do want to run this set. Now I'd say there are other valid sets. I could see Trailblaze being valid. Trailblaze on screens actually sounds like a lot of fun. But anyway, yeah, so I wanted to run this with Rillaboom and I wanted to run Bullet Seed. I feel like Trailblaze is cheese. I honestly think the times you're going to sweep it's going to be very minimal and you might as well just make the thing a breaker. I'm not yet totally sure what level of speed we want to go on this, so I'm still undecided on that. But I want to check a calc here that's really important that I actually have not yet had a chance to look at, which is Mega Sableye. Okay, that Rock Blast calc tells me Bullet Seed is definitely killing with grassy terrain support. Yeah, check that out. And here's the other thing. Watch this. Toxapex. Bam. No, like even Fizdef. It's incredible. So look at this. With +2 Adamax Bullet Seed, you are killing like every Pokemon in the format. And then check this out. Corviknight. That's +2 CC against a Max Def Corviknight. It's getting obliterated. So, the good news is, if you pair these two together, you have a Breaking Core that's basically completely unwallable. Now, you can still get red. Your opponent can still bait you into CC and then go into their Moltres or whatever and burn you or whatever. It's possible. But this is a really solid Breaking Core. Especially if you have a Pokemon that can reliably get Stealth Rock up. Like, Fizdef Z Goldengo is about the only thing that can actually stop it. But check, this is a pretty funny calc as well. Look how much Goldengo is taking from Bullet Seed. Goldengo is actually kind of getting cooked by Bullet Seed, and it's really funny. I'm pretty sure, does Heracross not get X-Scissor? Oh, I guess it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't really need it. It has Pin Missile if you're going to run Mega anyway, which is much better. Pin Missile, is that still 95 accuracy? That's so mean. Like, why make it 95 accuracy? But anyway. Yeah, fine. I'll make it shiny. I'll make it shiny. A lot of requests for it, so we'll make the Heracross shiny. So yeah, I think the thing about this is I feel like there's a lot of potential in this Heracross. I feel like there's a lot of potential in it. And some people say, yeah, like hit 200. 200 is a very reasonable threshold to hit. I wonder if we want to go faster, though. Are we really outspeeding anything key is another question. How common is Jolly Gambit? I feel like not very common, but let's check Munch stats. Let's consult Munch stats. Yeah, so King Gambit. Jolly is on... They have natures. Jolly is on 3%, so that's not much. So we probably just go 56 and the rest in HP to make Heracross really bulky. But now here's the next thing. And I know I'm going to get hate for this. But Heracross loves a Wish Passer. You know where this is going, and I don't care. It's true. It's true. Heracross loves a Wish Passer. It's bulky. It has good defenses, slightly worse HP. It really likes being healed up. It likes eating a hit and then killing something back. That's right. It's Blissey. No, I'm kidding. It's all a Momola. Now, we could run Blissey. Actually, like, jokes aside, Wish, Soft-Boiled, Thunderwave, Seismic Toss. Blissey offense is a very real playstyle, and I could see this working. Potentially Chansey as well. I could see that working. Let's take a look at some other Wish Passers. I don't think there are any that are like nearly as good. I feel like Clefable and Jirachi are just not really on the same level. And then all these other ones are pretty trash. I honestly didn't know Latias got Wish. That's kind of cool. But yeah, these other Pokemon just not on the same level. And someone said I might want to hit 220 for Heatran and Mega Venu. What is Venusaur doing these days? Venusaur is apparently running 100 speed to hit 220. How much speed does Mega Heracross have? 75. So that'd be a lot of speed to outspeed Mega Venu. How often are they really packing speed? Mega Venus, are they, huh? Heracross. Speed stat. Let's say maybe Creep Mega Venu. At the moment, I don't think it's a super high priority. How much are we doing with Rock Blast? So yeah, Mega Venu is actually like almost dying to a +2 Rock Blast, and after Rocks, it is dying, so that's pretty good. And defensive ones, we just SD and then outspeed and 2-shot. Someone said, yeah, Blissey has teleport, but you can't run Wish and teleport on the same set. That restriction is there in NatDex. That being said, so this potentially, I could see this working, but I do think Alomomola is the better core for a few reasons. One, it has Wish and pivoting. It has Wish and pivoting, whereas Blissey can do Wish or pivoting. Second thing is, one of Olo's main weaknesses, Ogerpon Wellspring. What does Rillaboom do? Switches into Ogerpon Wellspring pretty well. So that feels like, well, it doesn't, I mean, let's see how often they run U-turn in NatDex. How common is U-turn? U-turn's on 27%, so it's pretty common, but we're not going to see SD U-turn, so that kind of eases the burden a bit. Rillaboom won't be our only Wellspring answer. But yeah, realistically, this core just makes so much sense. And actually, how much is Venu doing to Heracross? It's like a modest set doing that. It's probably not 2-shotting normally. In Heracross, we're running 200 HP. That'll make us quite a bit bulkier, yeah. If Venu's bulky and like as in no investment, it's just not doing very much. Yeah, it's not doing much at all. 3 IVs, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, but anyway. Water Pond gets bricked by Hera? Not really. I mean, like, we can't switch into it. Yeah, like, we're not switching in. Ivy Cudgel's 2-shotting us, or after an SD, it's 1-shotting us. We can switch into Power Whip, okay, and we do kill with Bullet Seed and Grassy Terrain, which is kind of nice. But without Terrain and without an SD. Actually, we 1-shot with CC. That's actually crazy. And I think we kill Mega Scizor. pretty easily as well. Yeah, we're killing Mega Sis. That's a defensive one. Jesus, man. Yeah. So Mega Heracross, let's just get out the pros and cons of this core. So this core, this starting core, pros, cons. So cons, weak to flying, really weak to flying. Cons, or another pros, if we get a Pokemon that can consistently Stealth Rock, this is an incredible breaking core. And a T-Spike Absorber, we need that as well. Or potentially just removal's okay, but definitely this team needs... We need something to deal with T-Spikes, because obviously all three of these Pokemon pretty much hate that. Thundering Rhyme? Okay, anyway. Might lose Wi-Fi soon if Thunder decides it wants to come a-knockin', so... You know, let's be ready for that, I guess. And cons, weak to flying. Problems with gold. Priority is a big pro. So I think priority is the main priority and extremely good breaking. Where basically we can make the rest of this team speed, control, and defense, and we'll be all set on breaking power as long as we have something that can consistently get up Stealth Rock. I think we'll be fine. But it's weak to flying, weak to gold, and of course just weak to a litany of things because it's just an initial core, you know. So the problem with Heracross, although it's an incredible breaker, defensive utility is low. It's not zero. It does do some things. You know, it switches into Ting-Lu well. It switches in, but that's like not, that hard to do. But it does switch into Ting-Lu well. It deals with Heracross. It deals with Kingambit well in the end game. Kind of acts as a grass resist for like, it's a ground resist, which is nice. I think this team can get away without a ground immunity, which is good. Although it would still like a ground immunity, of course. But yeah, Heracross, very little defensive utility is the main problem here. Very, very little defensive utility. And someone just said most consistent rocker is Tank Chomp. I mean, so wrong. Like, what? No. If your opponent has a Defog Corv, you're never getting up rocks. Or if they have a Mega Sableye stall matchup, you're never getting rocks. So, no. Like, that's just not right. That's just not correct at all. Isn't knock just better because of gold? No. Like, what? What are you talking about? Like, knocking what? What are you trying to knock off? I'm so... These chat comments are crazy. Yeah, so potential team members. Things that work well with the core. Someone mentioned Heatran. I agree. That was one I was thinking of as well. Heatran, Ting-Lu, Garganacl. Zapdos actually jumped out at me just for, well, a bit more against Wellspring, and also Paralysis on that is pretty cool. Hera does like the para. It's also a nice little rhyme. Anyway, but yeah, Hera likes paras. Doesn't Hera switch into Lop like twice? I doubt it. I'm thinking probably once. Yeah, okay, no. Like, not even once, really. Because a lot of them are adamant. So, yeah, you basically, no, you don't switch into Lopunny. Lopunny is really strong. What's its base attack? 136, and it's clicking like a 100 base power move. Yeah. Why don't you run Shuckle so you can consistently get up rocks and webs? Not every team is a webs team. And here's the problem with webs. Think about what kind of Pokemon are screwing up Heracross most of all. Get ready for this. It's flying types. Flying types are immune to webs. So Heracross on webs, on one hand, it's like, oh, slow, really powerful breaker, should be good on webs. On the other hand, you got all these flying types. Now, I could see a sub-SD Rock Blast set being pretty good on webs, so I'm not going to say I'll never do it. But I don't think webs is our first attempt. I'll say that at least. So what we want consistent rocks, speed, good removal, rapid spin or defog would do, as long as it's reliable, but that kind of means spin, because Goldango, thanks Goldango for existing, ban it. What else do we want? Obviously, answers to popular sweepers. We want to mostly focus on the more offensive matchups, because this core we have here is going to be really good against the bulky teams, because we have a slow, bulky pivot and then like an unstoppable breaker. So it's really going to be the bulky, and we're going to go guts on this, of course. Well, actually not of course. You could go Moxie, you could go guts. Both are decent. Guts is like if you end up getting kind of screwed over by status early on in the game, you can kind of just roll with it and, you know, not get cooked by it. And then Moxie, you can sometimes get a cheeky kill on something. I think Guts is a little bit more consistent, but we'll keep an eye on that. Could Melm go with this? Like maybe. Yeah, Moltres, I think someone else mentioned that. That could definitely be good here. I mean, Fairy Resist is nice. Fishes for burns, which is kind of cool. Rilla item is banned. I think banned Rilla is the only real Rillaboom. I mean, we can check usage and see if there's like another really popular set, but I feel like banned is just the way. Yeah, like all these sets are fake. Basically, you gotta run banned. Okay, I'm gonna unplug a couple things here. Because it's thundering a lot and I don't want to get shocked. And I do not have a surge protector. Actually, got one. Okay, if we need that, we'll plug into that. Actually, streaming takes a lot of energy, so... Tell you what, I will, I'm going to quickly just plug this in to the surge protector. Bear with me one moment. Okay, so be aware that we're still at risk of getting disconnected by lightning, but anyway, well, let's just move on. If it happens, it happens. So I think probably a good start we could do is just picking our ground type. I'm inclined to say Ting Lu here. Ting Lu obviously works well with Mola. Just generally helps a lot, like a lot of flying types. If you look, you know, it does well against those. So my inclination is to go Lu. But I won't necessarily say we have to do that. I think there's another option, is probably Great Tusk. I could see Great Tusk and Iron Treads both being the move here. Well, the problem is with Lu, it's not really a consistent rocker at all, is it? That's the problem. Someone in chat talking about getting cheeky kills on Corv, but we don't really need cheeky kills on Corv. We kill it with +2 close combat, so... Glow King or Hat TR make this semi-TR? No. Okay, there is a world where we go, there is a world where we go slow, bro, and go Trick Room. Whoops, not Trick and Trick Room. Trick Room, and then, like, you know, whoops, Teleport, FS Scald, you know, that kind of thing. I think if we don't see ourselves wishing up Hera a lot, I think we will, but if we don't see ourselves wishing up Hera a lot, then we can kind of reevaluate that. But okay, let's look at ground and just see, because, you know, our ground type doesn't necessarily have to be our rocker, is the thing as well. Just got this really obnoxious ad of this lady eating pizza in my face. I don't like those ads where that's like they think if you make the ad look like a TikTok, it'll just like pull you in and you'll just like love to watch it. So it's like this like really fake influencer who's like, yo guys, this is so good. And it's just so cringy. I hate ads. I tell you. I mean, like I guess that's kind of the only way I make money on YouTube, but I don't hate the system or the idea of ads. I hate the execution of ads. For those of you that weren't here, the reason behind Rillaboom is to boost the power of Bullet Seed, so we get a lot of kills that we otherwise wouldn't, and to give us priority, and to check Wellspring for Mola, which is good because it can wish past to Heracross and bring it in safely. And on top of that, it's also just priority, which is really nice. And Heracross can Rock Blast birds away for Rillaboom, which is really nice. They kind of just work together pretty well. Or I think they do. We'll find out if my theory's correct, but I expect they will work pretty well together. I wonder if we really need that consistent of a rocker, though, when we kind of kill Corviknight already. Because that's a pretty good roll. Like, maybe we actually don't need hazards to beat stall. And maybe we don't. Someone says, I feel like I've never seen you run Gliscor. Not that I'm complaining. Just a little curious why it never fits. Gliscor is a really good Pokemon, but it's generally on fatter teams. More offensive teams prefer Landorus because Intimidate and the greater power behind his attacks is more preferable. More preferable is not correct grammar. It's preferable in the short term. Landorus is often better than Gliscor because in the short term, Landorus does more. Intimidate's more impactful, but that Toxic Orb over the course of a long game will be better. I tend to build more offensive teams in NatDex, which is why you haven't seen me use it. In OU, I've been just tending to build a lot more offensive teams recently as well. That's why you don't see me use much Gliscor. If we did more fat team building, you would see Gliscor more. I'm definitely not opposed to running it, and you probably will see it. And we got In Zinc in the chat. Genius comment saying you need priority. And we got a Rillaboom. But, okay, let's see here. Corv might run a speedy Brave Bird. That's true. That's true. Let's go slightly speedier on Heracross. Venusaur is running what? Like... Venusaur Mega. Let's hit 223 on Heracross just to like pretty safely speed creep a bunch of random stuff. And then we'll go the rest in HP. That should creep pretty much every Corviknight. And well, actually, Corviknight only gets up to like 240, right? Okay, it can get up to 256, but like nobody's running that. I don't think Corviknight ever goes faster than 219 for Gambit. Thank you, Mr. S, for the £2. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so if we were to go with the Ting-Lu, which I think looks good here for a few reasons, we would probably go with, Ruination, SR, probably Stomping Tantrum, maybe Whirlwind, and then I think we go with Rock Slide, because that allows us to hit Moltres, which is really nice for Rilla, Zapdos, which is a big one. So if we went Ting-Lu, we'd be running Rock Slide. Good for Zard Y as well. So, we'd be doing that. Another Pokemon that actually jumped into my own was Garg, which I know is a bit of a weird one. But like SR Salt Cure, I just thought like a status absorber with this looks really nice. It really messes with the flying types. And just generally seems like kind of a cool Pokemon, maybe a little bit underrated in NatDex. Maybe it's perfectly rated as not being very good, but I feel like it could be cool, and it does deal with Volcarona very well, which is obviously nice. Yeah, and then there's Heatran. So there are honestly so many Pokemon. I just don't know what we want most, like what we really... One of the difficult things about this, you can see this starting core I feel like has so much potential, but it's just really difficult to support. And I feel like finding just the perfect Pokemon is going to be really hard, but very rewarding if we can manage to pull it off. Someone says, what if Heatran, Scarf, Lando, and Hatterene? That's kind of interesting. Let's think about that for a minute. I'm pretty sure that doesn't have any Ghost Resist. I guess it could be like a Super Spadef Heatran. But yeah, I feel like the lack of Ghost Resist here is pretty rough. But like, we could go Spadef. Because, I mean, Ceruledge would... we saw what happened to with Ceruledge last time, but this would be Flash Fire, so we could EQ. Yeah, no, but I don't really like the idea of running Lando with grassy terrain, because you need EQ. So, let's see. We got some recommendations in chat. Trishla saying no Magnezone. Correct. You never run Magnezone. It's a classic mistake. Everybody thinks Magnezone is a real Pokemon, but it isn't. Actually, it's not at all a real Pokemon. Let's see what Heatran's doing in this tier. What are people using on Heatran? Oh, 7%. Okay, Heatran. Flash Fire on all of them. Wow. So it seems like Spadef-Tran, is pretty popular. Oh, we need an Electrommune. Don't worry. We're going to have an Electric Immune. Someone was worried that we just let Zapdos Volt Switch on the whole thing. Have no fear. I will not build that poorly. You can count on me for that much, at least. Use Terrapagos. I could see Terrapagos. And then, yeah, we got a removal as well. Because, like, we could do removal options. I'd say like Corv, Gliscor, Moltres, Terrapagos, Iron Treads, Great Tusk. These are options. I don't want something that can't defog on Feeny, so on Gold, so I'm not really going to consider Feeny a valid fogger. How much is Heatran taking from like a Scorching Sands from a Zardwy though? What usage is Scorching Sands? Let's also see that. How often do they use Scorching Sands? Like 60% of the time, but how's Heatran taking that? Charizard. Whoops. Come on, man. Charizard. Mega. Why? There we go. It's honestly actually kind of eating it, which is pretty hilarious. 128 IVs. We already have that. Yeah. Don't forget defog. Yeah, grassy terrain is only lasting for 5 turns. It's not like we're a terrain extender team. I'm not worried about defog removing it. Garg Tusk doesn't seem bad, but then I'm very worried about fairy types, because then we need speed and a really good fairy resist in the last slot, which leaves us with 0 options. This is tough. I really don't want to run treads, though. I'd really like to run Terrapagos because high horsepower betrays me every freaking time. I cannot hit a high horsepower actually like to save my life. I can't. Terrapagos allows us to deal with Mega Scizor too, which is kind of cool. It likes Wish. Heatran can touch Zard. It can poison it. I could see, okay, let's get out some possible versions. I could see Great Tusk and Heatran being good. But then what would the last be? We need something fast. Speed and fairy resist would be Crobat. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, Zeraora kind of. Zeraora, not bad. Also, people saying I get rocked by Zardwai after we've added 1 Pokemon. Guys, teams have 6 whole Pokemon, right? I'm aware Zardwai is a concern. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, if I run Heatran, I'm not running Magma Storm. I'm running Rocks, Tact, Lava Plume. Yeah, we are not running Magma Storm. Don't worry. Tusk can, because it can run Headlong Rush. See, that's the key. Yeah, like Weavile could be okay here in theory. Yeah, sure, Weavile's one option, but this team feels a little bit too honest to me. It struggles a lot with Wellspring, too. Like, we have 1 switch in, and then we're totally cooked. So that's part of the problem. I could see Zama being good here. Probably CB, maybe Boots or something. It's funny how many copy ofs we have. Look at that. Ooh, it's a lot of copies. Let's explore the Garg option, because that feels pretty silly to me, but like in a good way. If we went Garg Heatran, the last has to be a ground. At that point, I feel like we'd have to go like Scarf Tusk. And this, of course, has, you know, there are concerns here. This would probably be HDB. This would probably be HDB. And this is, no, this is too weak to Wellspring. No Ghost Resist, I think, is fine. Zama version doesn't have a Ghost Resist, but, like, look at the Ghost types, you know? Like, there's Ceruledge, which, yeah, obviously could be the end of days, but, you know, we can hit it with a Headlong Rush with Tusk. We can then go, like, Heatran. We can, you know, we've got options. SD Ceruledge is a little tough, but depending on the circumstance. And then, like, there really aren't any other actual ghost types, and Goldango is pretty well handled by Spadef Heatran. So I don't think a Ghost Resist is mandatory in the last slot. 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 Ghost Res Copy of a copy of a copy. Louis Tomlinson reference. Haha. If you know, you know. I guess most people would know. Well, probably not. One Direction was a while ago, and Louis did not have a successful solo career. It's my personal favorite, honestly. Harry Styles is overrated. Okay, but anyway, back to Pokemon. Yeah, Garg is a Ghost Resist, but it's not on that version. I feel like this is a route. Let's explore Garg a little bit more. What else could we do with Garg? I think, because this deals. We need something that's like fast and can deal. So I think Kartana is another option. Cart Zama. Let's call this. Let's do a we lose to list. That might. Oh, also, guys, like the stream. I always forget that. Let's get this stream pumping. Our viewership's already great, but let's get this thing really cranking. We lose 2. Okay, not really Zard. I think we're okay there. Oh, Zardwai, kinda. Diancie, like, kinda. See, kinda. Like, not really, but kinda. How much is Heatran taking from a Diancie? Oh, yeah, no, like, we're not dying, but, like, we're not doing anything back. We're actually getting hard-walled, so that's not good. Yeah, Mega Diancie is pretty rough. I think we're okay with D-Knight. I think we're okay with Garchomp. Water Pond, kinda. Not really. We got Rilla, we got Zama. It's not the end of the world. My yard answer is stalling out Sun every time. Yeah, it's Scarf Cart if we were to go Cart, for sure. Oh, fighting. We don't have a fighting resist. Fighting types, yeah. Surprised I didn't see a bunch of people talking about that in chat. Like, we just lose to, like, a CB Zama or anything like that. Yeah, like fairy. Are there any like fairy types that are like fast? Like low-key, not really. Because we also need a Wellspring answer, so not really. This isn't really helping us. This is why Mega Altaria is the GOAT. Yeah, Heatran maybe is not the move. It's fun in theory, but I don't know if it's up to the task. Zard Y is awesome in NatDex. It does a lot for photosynthesis, and I like it, but I agree that Water Pond could go. Water Pond never makes any tier better. It's just a detractor. Oh, Hera is... Oh, you're right. Hera's a fighting resist. What am I doing? I'm being dumb. But how much is it taking from Azama CC? Let's check that. Oh my god, no. So we're still getting, like, kind of blown up by... I guess we can kind of PP stall. Oh, and we're 200 HP, which helps too. Yeah, but we have to Mega it pretty quickly, but I guess we can manage that. Scarf Bulu instead of Rilla's. We're not doing that because we need the priority, but... Yeah, true. Heatran is the only thing stopping me from getting 6-0'd by Mega Scizor. That's true. That's true. We could go Molt over Heatran. No, but then we lose to Toxic, so we can't do that. Is he a real fighting resist? Not really. Yeah. I wasn't even considering Mega Heracross had any defensive utility. No, but okay, we still lose lose to ID Zama on preview. On preview we lose. So I don't think this team can work. Yeah, I don't think this team can work. And yeah, mixed IVL is pretty scary as well. As I said, I have a lot of faith in this 3-mon core as being really cool, but supporting it is going to be really tough. I don't think Bulu over Rilla is the play. Run Water Pond yourself, someone says. No, we don't want that here. I feel like Garg just doesn't do enough to... Excuse me. I feel like Garg just doesn't do enough defensively to justify using. But let's look at it a bit more. If we go Garg, we definitely don't go Heatran. We need a Fairy Resist. A really solid Fairy Resist. It'll probably be Moltres and a ground type. I could see maybe we go Scarf Tusk last. I think that would have to be the move. Headlong Rush, Rapid Spin, Ice Spin, or Head Smash I feel like would be the play on this. And we go like Defog, Roost, Flamethrower. What would this thing run? What else we packing? Well, this feels... No Psychic Resist. No Psychic Resist. So that can't do. So it'd have to be like Lou, but then we don't have speed. It'd have to be like Lou or Treads. But yeah, that's just not going to do. I'm not running Scarf Excadrill. If you get to the point in your building process where you're like, oh, I need a Scarf Excadrill, your team's trash, restart. Can this do anything over Zama that would help with the ID Zama issue? Or anything? Yeah, I said it right. I thought I said it wrong, but I said it right. Scarf Latios is your answer. Zard Y1. You know, low key, you're right. Scarf Latios kinda does do exactly what I need here. Doesn't get any of the cool moves, doesn't get Healing Wish or anything, but... You're low key totally correct. It kinda does do a lot that I want. Call this V1. It's an approach. Yeah, that might be good. Yeah, I don't know how good Latios is either. I'm definitely questioning that, but I mean, it does deal with some of the things we do need help with, so I've got to respect it for doing that. We need a Scar. We're losing to ID Zama. That's why we need something to help with that. Let's try Zapdos and see if that shakes anything out. Like, what if we just added on a Zapdos? Where would that get us? I feel like probably not far. I think that would lead us to Iron Treads. Yeah, you're right. No, because this... No, but this... We don't need to do Swell against Scarflaily. This team has a Psychic Resist. Grassy Seed Gold is what some people want me to run, but I don't think that's the move. Yeah, no Ghost Resist, that's correct. Some people recommending Zeraora as the Electric Immunity. Ogerpon Wellspring is thank you, B, for the $5 donation, saying Ogerpon W is broken and checked only by Hydrapple, Defensive Talk Specs, and Pecharunt. Other niche checks and Terra excluded. It's broken, I agree with that, but I don't agree with that's all that checks it. Like, there's also Vileplume. So, like, there are things, like Vileplume, you know? But yeah, it's broken, I agree. Avirilla is definitely not the move. That's just not a good Pokemon. But yeah, the problem with Banded Zeraora, it actually, no, it does give us speed and a ground and an electric immunity. So let's explore Zeraora a little bit. Let's say we went CB Zeraora. This would leave it. We definitely need more for. This gives us speed and electric immunity, so that allows us to run rapid. I guess all this would really do is allow us to run Terrapagos. I don't think this leads to a winning formula. We need a Steel last for sure. What would that Steel be? Given our fire situation, I think it'd have to be Heatran. Is this a team? No, because this still loses to Zama. I don't think this ever leads to something successful. This is so tough. I don't think Heatran's the move. What are, like, the defensive titans of this tier? What are the Pokemon that just check everything? There's not much. Toxapex is a bit of a classic. We could maybe hit the Pex button. Maybe we hit the Pex button. We go double water, bulky water regen. We just do it. We say, I know what I am, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't think we want this. This is so tough. We haven't followed the Ting Lu line, at least not in a while. If we go Lu Terrapagos, where does that leave us? It leaves us in a situation where we need speed and something that beats Zama, which leaves us with 0 options, I think, because that doesn't exist. Yeah. Any ground types that can beat a Zamazenta? Other than frickin' Palossand? I mean, there is Palossand, but, like, I'm not running a Palossand. Not today, guys. Pecharunt, Yeah, well, it is a fairy. Is Petrant a thing in NatDex? I feel like it's not. Okay, 2%. That's actually not that low in usage. Yeah, it does do some of the stuff we need to do. It does deal with Wellspring pretty well. Can we fit a Petrant? Does a Petrant work here? I think it's definitely worth consideration. I think Petrant is definitely worth consideration. I guess like Scarf Ival is fighting resist speed control that we could use. So like this could be an option. Too weak to poison. But we wouldn't need this anymore, so we could go Ting Lu on that. No, then that's no fairy resist. This one is garbage. This one has no poison, no fairy resist. That's no poison resist. So we copy this, we can make it deal, like, do we go Iron Treads? Oh no, what am I saying about this not having? This has a Ting Lu. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm tripping balls. I don't know what to tell you guys. No toxic immunity is what I'm meaning to say. Or that's at least what was on my mind. But that was not a good moment for me. My bad. But what we could go with this, no, because the Garg wouldn't give us that. I think Heracross needs time, though. I don't really want to go bulky offense. Maybe we do just go more offensive, though. Maybe it's the move. But this has no fairy resist, so we need to get rid of this for... It's got to be, because we need removal, it's got to be an Iron Treads, right? It's the only possible thing. But I hate to run high horsepower. I really don't want to run high horsepower. Have you ever done a sober stream? Yes. I've never done a stream under the influence. Yeah, when I say tripping, I mean like I'm being dumb, not like I'm actually tripping. I am stone cold sober all the time. Not all the time, almost all the time. Is there a world where we just ditch removal? I feel like that's not good. Are there any rapid spinners I'm forgetting about? Like, there's Regieleki, but let's get real, you know? Okay, I think we gotta let's do this. Let's crawl back to the Pokemon that always has our back. The Pokemon that can do everything. Great Tusk. Rapid Spin, Headlong, Ice Spinner, Stealth Rock. We'll rely on this for removal. That gives us some good roll compression. We need Pink Across on Meth Stream. That would be wild. No, I'm not inebriated at all right now. I had work today. I have work tomorrow. Work nights are not drinking nights. Most nights are not drinking nights. I haven't had a drinking night in a very long time. I had one that was supposed to be a drinking night, but one of my friends recently just got sick, and then I ended up sober the entire time. Okay, but let's see. Let's restart the music. Tusk always has your back. Never forget that. I feel like Toxapex here is good. So this is one route. The Pex route. Have we tried Heatran Tusk? Where does that leave us? Leaves us with Latios, doesn't it? It could also leave us with Heatran Ival, Scarf Ival. Call this V2, I guess. I think we have V1 down somewhere here, right? These are kind of too... And then let's do a Pex version. This, we badly need a Psychic Resist last. It's got to be... Well, this is not good. I feel like this team's way too weak to Lele. Maybe Pex is not it here. Maybe Pex is not the move at all. I feel like Cart on deck for the speed control and the defog could be pretty cool here. No, but that's not going to be supportable. How was Pex not good? Pex looks so... No, but I guess it's a bit of defensive overlap with Mola, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit. Glow King is a good idea. What did that say? Glitzy Glow. What is that? Gives us a good fighting resist. Gives us a toxic immune. Pex over Alo, dropping the Wish thing altogether. It's an option, but I don't think it's a good option. Yeah, I could see. Let's try Petrunt out here and just see how that fits. Because we definitely need to steal last, though. I feel like it'd have to be Heatran given our Zard Y situation, then we'd have to make Tusk Scarf. Okay, this is kind of turning into a cyclical mess where I feel like there's no answer. Maybe the core just is not supportable and we have to go more offensive. But I feel like just a slow-paced fat team with this would be so consistent. But I just can't figure out the combo. We might have to run frickin' treads. Let's put on the treads. And then this allows us to put speed in our last slot. Let's make a we lose to list. We lose to Zard Y is one of them. Is there anything fast that deals with Zard Y? I feel like no. OU, let's check. Anything fast that deals with Zard Y? Nope, nothing there. UBL. Nope, none of those. And then what is it? UU. Like arrow, kind of funny arrow moment. Like Scarf Teeny, kind of, but like that's not very good. Maybe a Scarfer. Just have something that switches into Zard Y pretty well, but also has Scarf. Like something silly like a Scarf Raging Bolt could theoretically do it, but that just doesn't seem very good, does it? Maybe we just see how this goes with one of these. I feel like let's give the Latios version a try and just kind of see how it works. And if it's bad, it's bad, and we move on. And we try something else. Maybe it'll be better than we expect. Let's EV this thing to not die to Water Pond Power Whip. That's so effed up that it does that much. How much HP do we need? Not even Max is doing it. Awesome. Love this Pokemon. Let's go enough for Gambit and then just put the rest in HP. Okay, and we'll go, you know, we'll go Boots on this. We'll do the classic. 0. Let's go level 99 because I'm honestly really tired of losing the speed tie every single time. SR Rapid. No, we don't need rocks. We'll go Rapid Spin, Headlong. Ice Spinner CC, I guess. It's not too bad. I'm really worried about the Wellspring matchup. Tox Tact Lava Plume SR. Let's go enough to outspeed Gambit. Let's at least hit 200. Cool. And yeah, we'll go modest on that. Excuse me, timid. We'll see how this goes. Not super optimistic, but let's just run it and kind of see how the team plays. Maybe we'll get some insights. I'm pretty sure Urshifu dies. Someone's talking about how Urshifu is like the end of all. Yeah, like what do you're literally completely wrong. Okay. I guess you weren't calcing Choice Band, but like, what do you think I am? Who do you take me for? Okay. I think I just lead with Heatran. This feels, well, no, maybe not necessarily. Yeah, let's lead with Heatran, and we can click Lava Plume on something. Let's just Lava Plume here. I imagine you go into Hatterene on this, but Lava Plume looks pretty good into everything. Okay, we get Hatterene. How much are we going to do? Good damage, getting the 2-hit KO. That's good. No complaints there. CM Mega Latios 6-0s you. I mean, no, because we have Olo, right? Speed. Okay, interesting. Go Mola on this pretty easily. Good Bolt switching. Gotta respect that. Let's go Heatran. Okay, great. We immediately get the Flash Fire. Let's set up rocks. Okay, we get T-bolted. Okay, we're gonna Tect on this for sure. And let's poison this thing. And we miss immediately. Oh, Heatran, you are awesome, man. You did great, buddy. What a loser. Oh, wow. Parrot immediately. Heatran, you suck. Okay. Let's go into this and click Headlong Rush. That was a terrible performance by Heatran. Misses, gets full parrot. I mean, just a true loser of a Heatran. And now we're just going to get our rocks removed, so much for that. We can go Latios here, though, and click Luster Purge, which actually looks really good. Okay, we're going to kill the Great Tusk. They thought they were fine. They thought they were safe, but they were not. Okay. I think this is just a Rillaboom. If we get Drake... Okay, we get Devastating Draked. That was devastating. I'll give it up. Heracross here. Or I think we just go Latios and we Draco, don't we? That's looking like our probable way to win this game. Okay, good critical hit. I think we go Mola here, because we can't really afford to let the Lilligant set up. Let's flip turn now. Okay, good read. Probably gonna hit with a fire move. Let's go Latios. Drowsy. Okay, we're gonna get yawned. This is fine. I can play this game. I don't mind playing this game. Oh, we flip turn. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, that would have been actually a big F up. I think the right play here is Mola Toxic. I don't believe this is a Zard Y. I think this it's gotta be a Zard X. Actually, I think I flip turn here. Because the Bolt might come. It is Zard Y, and it immediately goes for Solar Beam. We live those, though. We flipped turn. Good thing we did flip turn. And we can go into this. And I think we just Luster Purge here. How much is Raging Bolt doing with Thunderclap? It's not doing that much. So I think we do Luster Purge. Are we killing Zard Y, though? No, only 50%. So we Draco here. Okay, we Draco, we hit. Good. Latios is doing very well this game one. I feel like immediate Heracross is the play. Okay, that did so much more than I thought it would. Oh my god. Well, rip that, I guess. Can Tusk live a Solar Blade? Can Tusk live a Solar Blade? Let's see. Tusk cannot. Can Mola? Mola sometimes. I think that's as good as we're going to get. So, actually, no. I've got the plan. I think I have a plan. Sure. Let's Mega Evo and just Rock Blast here. We're gonna get Solar Bladed. Okay. I think we go. We could go Tusk here and Rapid Spin twice. No, but it still outspeeds. So we have to go Mola, we have to Wish Up, is what we have to do. We absolutely must, because otherwise we guaranteed lose to Lilligant. Let's Tact. It's going to click Draco. Does that kill us? It doesn't. I'm going to go for the hard read and Toxic. Okay, called the Draco correctly. Good stuff. Going to Protect here. Okay, Lilligant comes in. Good play. Let's Protect again. We got to sack Latios here. I'm going to go back into Mola. And I'm going to flip turn here. I'm going to call the... Okay, I was calling that they didn't do it. They did do it. So, okay. We have to Rapid Spin many times now. Yeah, I think Lilligant still outspeeds is the problem. Unless it's got HP investment, maybe. Yeah, you said Solar Blade. GG. Okay, not a good start. Not a good start. What happened there? I mean, how did we lose Rillaboom? Because I feel like sacking that with Lilligant around was the big mistake. How did we lose Rilla? Oh, we got nuked by a Raging Bolt because we don't really have a good Raging Bolt switch in. No, but we don't have a good Raging Bolt switch in because Heatran screwed up. Okay, I think we give that another run. That was honestly... The Heatran getting absolutely cooked like it did was huge because we lost rocks and we lost our Raging Bolt Dancer in one blow. So I think Heatran sucking was huge there. Okay, let's try this again. I like Heracross. I think I want to lead Heatran. It looks pretty good into Coco and Moltres, which are very probable leads here. Yeah, I also, like, just that did so much, the Lilligant. Maybe I should have preserved Heracross to Mega Evolve it. Because Heracross regular, like, it gains a lot of bulk when it Mega Evolves, but I think a +2 still would have killed it with Triple Axle. Yeah, I think the problem is this team just feels fine to me. It doesn't feel great, right? We want Heracross to be great. We don't want it to be fine. Let's Toxic. I feel like you never go into Pharaoh, so Toxic looks really good here. Can you hit this time, Heatran? There you go. Good job. Okay, we go Mola. I think right away is fine. Yeah, Knock is totally okay. We flip turn here. Mola's not that important this game. Its health isn't that vital. Okay, honestly, that's a totally fine turn for us. We can go Mega Cross here, and I think we just click Rock Blast. That hits pretty much everything really hard. If we catch the Molt, cool. If we hit something else, that's fine too. And we should outspeed Tyranitar. We do lose a bit of speed when we Mega Evolve, which is kind of funny though. Okay, we can Bullet Seed now. Look at that. That's some meaty damage right there. We can go into our own Tusk and spin. I think that's the best way to handle this. Actually, let's Rock Blast first, because then we can remove later and guaranteed get it all off. Do we hit? Good job, Heracross. You're hitting. Okay, that was solid. I think we keep Heracross around for the breaking. Let's go Rilla here. Okay, we get you turned on. Obviously not ideal, but not the end of the world. We can go Mola here and just get a bit of healing. Regen healing, you know. We are in trouble. Let's protect Moonblast, right. I feel like it's Specs on this team. Let's calc that. That's Specs. I called it. I'm a genius. Let's just go for let's go for Rocks. It's gonna be we Toxic this for sure. Scorching Sands is gonna do like 40. Yep. Tyranitar, that's fine. Let's go Tusk so we can spin next turn. Now let's do it. Let's go for that spin. Okay, Ice Punch. Yeah, we're fine. It's not going to do nearly enough. It's definitely weak to Ivel. Pharaoh's going to come in. Do we just combat or... I'd like to keep it around as a spinner. Let's go Hera. And let's immediately close combat. Like, I don't care. Go to Moltres. Do it. Like, actually just go into it. Do it. I'm clicking it again. Burn me. Do it. I'm clicking the button. Yeah, there we go. Let's go Mola here, and we can flip turn out. I think. Actually, let's Wish. Let's Protect. Okay, good, fair rocks. Let's Wish again. Coco's gonna come in, totally fine. What do we go to here? Let's heal up our Rilla. Gigavolt Havoc comes off, does not do nearly enough. Cool. Let's Knock here. Let's just get those Moltres boots removed. Cool, we don't even get burned. Awesome, you'll love to see that. Let's go Heatran. U-turn, fine. We can just go Latios pretty soon. We can Protect on this always, is the nice thing. Yeah, Aura Sphere, we go Latios on this. We're going to click Luster Purge. Okay, so this second game was pretty dominant of a win. Okay, yeah, so that was tracking to be a 6-0, so that was pretty good. We are still weak to Ival, though. I'm a little bit worried about that. Like, Rilla helps somewhat, but... I mean, it's the mixed sets. It's the CC mixed sets that worry me. Is there a world in which we go... Let me just do some... We can do some building in between games. Is there a world where we go, like a... ooh, HF. A Raging Bolt. Like Iron Treads. Something like that, maybe. Anyway, let's see. So this is going to be... Oh, Petrarant is not good for Heracross. That's another thing that I guess I should have thought about. Yeah, Petrarant is like the worst news ever. Isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty tough. Depending on the set, like, we can muscle our way through, but it's not going to be fun. This is tough. Okay, let's think about this. Let's lead Heracross. Okay, that started off well. I think Rock Blast, just for Petrarant, is a pretty no-brainer play. Gliscor immediately, okay. Let's SD. Okay, Toxic, fair. Let's SD again. Okay, let's SD again, because it's going to tech this time. Yeah. Okay, and now we go for a Rock Blast and probably kill something. Let's see how much this does to Petrarant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heracross, baby. Let's hopefully not get pursued. We don't even get pursuit trapped. We're in business, folks. Gliscor, we're going to flip turn. You're not going to let me flip turn in a million years, are you? Let's just go. Let's swap it. What am I doing? Like, this thing, you can't touch me. You can't do enough damage to me. I know you can't. You're going to protect or something useless. Spikes. Well, that's not useless at all. That's pretty threatening. Well, aren't you special? Oh, you're fast. Oh, actually, you're not that fast. I'm just really slow. Let's just Bullet Seed this thing. Let's do it again. I don't think... Yep. Okay, called it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Heracross, baby. Let's go immediately Heatran. And Toxic. Okay, awesome. We get critical hit. Heatran. Okay. If you missed that Heatran, I would actually take you to court. Like, you would be getting sued. Okay, we can protect here. This is looking good. Things are actually looking up for us. That worries me a little bit. I'm going to tech again. Are you, like, Bloom Doom? Let's sack our Heatran because it's basically useless. It was Bloom Doom. It was absolutely Bloom Doom. Thank God we caught that. Wow, that would have been bad. Okay, Great Tusk, offensive Magma Storm is doing how much? We're surviving. Let's go Tusk. Let's spin. Thank God we caught the Bloom Doom. I tell you. Woo, would have been... And we get critical hit immediately. Okay, that's really bad, honestly. That's really bad. That's really sucks. Yeah, wow. Okay, that put us in a bad spot. Okay. That happens. Whoa. All right, well, let's reset. We could have been in a great spot clicking CC. Instead, our opponent got rocks for free and our Tusk is dead. And that's just how it goes sometimes. That's sometimes how the cookie crumbles. Let's keep it up. I think we're still in a relatively good spot. I think we just go Latios, we flip turn here, we go into Mola, we start clicking Protect, and everybody has a good time. I think. Let's click Toxic. Okay, that is banded damage for sure. So now you do nothing. Unless you critical hit here, which you don't. Good. That's what I like to see. Draco, I don't think ever kills here. Yeah, Draco does not kill here, so we're fine to wish. Yeah, we're going to wish here. Do we die to one Zamazenta Crunch with our Latios? If it's 0 attack. Not likely. Okay. So let's just tact then. We can sack Heracross very easily whenever we get Spadef dropped, so I'm not really worried about that. Here, I think we can flip turn. Okay, this is fine. We don't want to go into Latios because we might get, like, you know, a whole slew of bad things could happen to us. Do we go Heracross here? I think we do. And we probably just Rock Blast, right? Okay, Zama's going to come in. I think the only way we lose is if we let it get up a sub. So let's SD here. And let's CC now. I think now CC kills everything. Okay, cool. This is, I think, going to blow up Zama. Yep, we kill Zama. Good stuff. Good stuff. We go Mola now. Yeah, a critical hit will not do it, so we can just keep on doing this. I do not mind playing lame one bit. I take pride in it, in fact. I take pride in playing lame. When, of course, the situation calls for it. And we can Grassy Glide here, force this thing to lock itself into Ice Shard, GG. Okay, not a high elo opponent, but wrap them up pretty quickly. Heracross is putting in work. The fact that Heracross got past a Pecharunt there like that was honestly insane. Massive, massive respect to Heracross there. Heracross is looking good this game as well. I think that is a Z-Fly Landorus, though, so we've got to be aware of that. I'd like to lead Mola. And let's just flip turn. Oh, Focus Blast. Okay, immediate Specs Focus Blast. You know what? It's direct. Let's go into this guy and let's click Rock Blast. Okay, it's going to be a Lando. All right. As I said, this thing is Fly Z, which is obviously threatening. I think we go hard Rilla if we get Fly Z'd immediately. Okay, that actually might be... Let's check that damage. Okay, so 46. That indicates defensive. Interesting. Let's go Heatran here. Okay, we don't get hit with it. Great. Okay, we got Earth Power there. That did a lot. That's a modest one, for sure. Let's go into Latios here. Okay, we get hit with it. That's fine. We Luster Purge here. Puts us in a pretty good position. Wow, you're going to stay in and eat it. Okay, and unfortunately, we do get poisoned this time around. I guess I can't really complain. Let's go into Heracross and Rock Blast. Okay, we do outspeed. We hit it with the Rock Blast. Down goes the Venu. Cool. Okay. Rilla will live any water move. You went for Air Slash. You have Air Slash, bro? Okay, we're facing an Air Slash Keldeo, guys. So lock in, I guess. Okay, you stayed in. Why'd you stay in? You went... Okay, wow, really bad critical hit there, too. And, of course, flinch was far from ideal. Okay, okay, this is going awesome. Let's go Tusk here. Yeah, wow. Whew. Please don't be Bloom Doom. Okay, I don't think it can be Bloom Doom, actually, in the context of this game. Let's go into Olo. Okay, Zapdo's going to come in. We can heal up a little bit here. This has been rough, guys. This has been rough. Let's go Heatran. Okay, we can reset rocks here. Keldeo's going to come in. We can Tect on this. PP stalling Focus Blast may very well be the way this game. Okay, this is... I don't know what my opponent is cooking. Let's flip turn here. Okay, Mew's going to come in. This is actually tough because this is one of those imprison ones. This is one of the imprison. I think this is imprison if I recall this team correctly, but maybe I'm just imagining things. Let's go Heatran and just Toxic. And if it transforms, what are you doing, bro? Okay, I'm confused now. Let's Lava Plume, I think. Okay, I don't know who actually ends up surviving longer here. Can Protect save me from being transformed? Bypasses Protect, so we might as well click Lava Plume in case it clicks Recover. It's going to get Rocks up, which is annoying. I think we'll die. That sucks, man. This Mew set is so annoying. I think we lose to Zapdos now. We need to maybe, like, it needs to miss a Hurricane or something. Yeah. Yeah. We're in serious freaking trouble. Let's Protect here. This is so tough, man. Okay, we got a Wish. And we got to hope for some misses. This Keldeo, you cannot hit forever, man. Maybe you can, though, honestly. The way this game's been going, maybe. We got to hope for a miss. You just hit every single one. You have no problem doing that. Okay, let's go for a Rapid Spin. You got to miss eventually, right? Maybe not. Actually, maybe you just never miss. Maybe that's the plan. Yeah, you... I'm not really happy with how that went. I feel like we got RNG'd on pretty hard there. Focus Blast, obviously hitting twice is lucky. 3 times is pretty bad. Flinch was pretty bad. But I think ultimately the problem was just the team. I feel like it just didn't perform that well. Yeah, what went wrong here even? I definitely see why people aren't running Heracross. It may not be bad, but it is so hard to make this thing work. Of that, I am certain at this point. Yeah, we had no real answer for the Transform Mew at the end, honestly. And I mean, it was very heavy RNG as well, but like, you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, the Air Slash was super rough too. I had no way of knowing it was Air Slash. Like, nobody runs that. That doesn't even, I don't think that actually even gets you. And I mean, I guess like more reliable against Wellspring or something, but... I think we could have won that game with better playing, so I'm just going to go for it again. I feel like that was a playing issue, or kind of a knowledge issue. If I knew my opponent's team, I think we would have pretty confidently won that game. I'm still really questioning this lat. I feel like if you have to run a Scarf Latios, is your team really worth using? That's my question to myself. Maybe it's fine, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. Mola lead looks pretty good here. Okay, we flip. Well, let's flip turn. If it hits us with the big terror, it hits us with the big terror. What are you gonna do? You can't live life like constantly in fear. Let's just CC. Let's just go for it. Magma Storm will not kill a Mega Heracross, so let's just let it rip. Someone said Torn T is a very good defogger on this type of team, but like it can't defog on gold, can it? Is the thing. Okay, we Mega Evo, we CC, we critical hit, we do a boatload. You love to see it. Let's go Mola to Scout. Or do we go Heatran? Let's go Mola. Let's go Mola to Scout. Okay, it's CC. Now we can flip turn. Okay, Mola's going to come in here. I think we go Heracross on this, because this thing's going to be worried. Should be worried. Okay, interesting. Let's go Mola. I don't want to get Z-flied. Okay. U-turn. All right. Okay, this is a really weird Mola because I just poison you. You're wanting to heal up Ival, so I'm going to Toxic again, because what else could you be wanting to heal up? Okay. Do we hit? Mola? Good. Okay, good. Let's Tect and see what this thing wants to do. Yeah, Torn gets Heat Wave, but what does it do to gold? Like 40? You know, it's not enough. Let's go Heatran. Might as well get up rocks, and EP is not going to kill us. Yeah, as I said, EP will not kill us. Let's go Mola here. That EP does indicate an offensive spread, though, which is interesting. Actually, no. Hold on. I'm just going to do 70. No, that does not indicate offensive. Let's flip turn here. We're going to go back into Hera, click. Probably CC again. Maybe Rock Blast, depending on how much flip turn does here. Yeah, let's just CC. I doubt this Heatran outspeeds us. Okay, and we see the set. We can actually SD here. Oh no, it's slow. It's super slow. Wow, that's an incredibly slow Landorus. That's like 0 speed. I thought it'd outspeed us, U-turn, and then we could like go into like a Fatmon and then we could blow it up, but no, we're just gonna get Tapu Lele'd. Let's go Latios, and hopefully we don't get Moonblasted. Okay, we don't get Moonblasted. Good stuff. Click Psychic, which is, I mean, still not great. Like, we can Luster Purge, but we actually can't do a whole lot to this. And then it Moonblasted us. All right, so we kind of got cooked. Yeah, we kind of still got cooked. Let's knock off. Okay, we hit the Landorus pretty hard there. And we can knock off again, because this is the slowest Landorus in the world, actually. Okay, I'm inclined to go Tusk on this because I really want to spin. Okay, cool. We get to spin on the Wish Pass. I'm okay with that deal. What are you going to heal up? Lando, maybe? But now that I know your Lando's slower, that's a really good, you know, tool in my basket there. Let's go Heracross. I think you go Mola here. Good. Okay, Bullet Seed will kill here, so let's just Bullet Seed. Yeah, Lando's going to come in, but that is not healing up again. Never again will this Landorus be healed. We could have gone Mola there to prevent the Lele from immediately coming in and cooking our Goose, but I think this is fine too. I think Hard Rilla survives everything here, so that's pretty good. And let's Glide. No, you're not going to risk it. You never risk it. Do you, though? Heat Wave is a 2-hit KO on defensive gold, but do you need to run offensive Tornadus to do that? Let's Glide. Okay, Heatran comes in. At least we didn't get burned. We get a little bit of chip. Not too bad. Let's go Tusk on this, because I feel like you never go on the offensive here. If you're Heatran, I think you always just go for rocks. And I think Tusk can actually live a defensive Magma Storm here. Okay, let's go for the spin. Okay, gonna go for the burn. That's fine. I'm gonna go Heracross here on the likely Mola. But that's the thing. We have to like make reads like crazy with this team, which is not a good sign. How much we're gonna do? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we get flip turned. All right. Garchomp, interesting. Definitely going to be a Z Draco, because like nothing else will... Oh no, you're going to SD on that. That's insane. Respect, I guess. Let's Toxic. Yeah, we got a Toxic here. Yeah, like we've been having to make reads constantly this game, and we missed. That's a good game. Yeah, I think that... Yeah, I think we lose. That's... Trying to think if there's any way out. No, I think that's it. Yeah. Because Rilla doesn't live in EQ here, does it? Rilla actually does. So let's go Rilla here. And we've got to let something die to the big dragon. I guess Tusk. I think Tusk is the only thing that we can let go. And let's go for Ice Spinner here. Ice Spinner plus a Grassy Glide, I think will do it. Yeah, like I've been having to make reads like crazy because our opponent has a Lele, and we're kind of... Yeah, okay, there's the big dragon. So it did have it. Yeah, the Toxic Miss, I think, was pretty much when we lost. Can this live in Outrage? Like, I don't think so, right? Yeah, not even close. Not even close. Not in a million years is Heracross living that. Dude, what is this? Let's just forfeit. This is over. Yeah, I think this is over. After the Toxic Miss, I think that was game. But, like, that was such a fragile game. Like, I was playing out of my mind and winning most turns, and we still ended up losing the game. Because this is just not a good team. That's the fundamental issue. This is just not a very good team. Maybe we ditch the Mola. Maybe that's not the move. The Heatran's been okay, but a little bit passive. Dude, that sucks. This just like, I had high hopes for this type of, this core, but it's really just not pulling through. The Rilla has not been great either. Think Lewis asking if he can give a summary to Deltarune so I don't confuse, so I'm not confused every time he references. I don't know, because I don't really want to know about Deltarune. I don't know what it is. I think it's a game, but I actually don't even know. And I'm okay with that, you know, because it's... I feel like everyone has a finite amount of space in their head, and I don't want to fill it with Deltarune. Yeah, it is a very slow team, you're right. That's part of the problem. It is a very slow team. We need some like fast Pokemon, like with pivoting moves, ideally. Let's try this. Let's try just Cinderace's removal. That could be a thing, maybe. Tolu, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, and I'm glad it's good background for your game modding. Someone says Deltarune sucks. There's not a single land OT. Yeah. Nice. Okay, yeah, Rilla has been rough. I won't lie. Rilla has been having a bit of a tough go of it, hasn't it? No, but we tried Cinderace before and it sucked. Remember that? Maybe like Coco Treads could be cool. Coco Treads Ival, just like turned it into electric terrain team. Yeah, maybe I think we might have to let go of the core. I think this is just maybe not the way to make Heracross work. I think it was a cool idea. The Mola was nice with it, but I feel like we can maybe do better. So let's try something a little different. Let's try with the Slowbro Semi-Trick Room. Slowbro is another one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Trick Room, Teleport. Let's give this a go, because I'm interested to see if this has any potential. Yeah, Rillaboom has not been great, I'll admit. I think probably you're right that I've got to let go of the Boomer. Ting feels good on this type of team. But we want to basically forget it's Trick Room now. That's what the best people, the people that build the best Trick Room teams, forget about it being Trick Room pretty quickly. Yeah, the Boomer has not been impressive. I'll admit it. It's true. It has not been great. And I think we can do better. Priority is still super nice, though, and it's so tough to fit is the thing in this tier. Bullet Seed was pretty good. I think you're a hater if you say Bullet Seed wasn't doing anything. And then maybe knock off on Hera. Let's go CC, or let's do SD, knock off, Rock Blast, CC. Let's try this. I am a big Bullet Seed fan, but maybe this is better. Because Hera can kind of get an opportunity to set up on Future Sight. But I do still want like an answer to the poison problem. Can we fit a Pecharunt on this team? That would be pretty cool if we could. I think we probably can. If this is, does this seem like a good starting core? It's a bit passive. We definitely need more offensive Pokemon now. No, you do pretty much. Someone said, is there an alternative to SD? Yeah, you can run Pin Missile, you can run EQ, you can run Sub. But I do think Swords Dance is really good on Mega Heracross, and if you're not running it, I think you're making a mistake. Let's look for some priority. True, Tinglu does like Live Screen. Maybe Tinglu's not the problem. Maybe Tinglu's not the answer. I think this core has potential, but let's just refocus on this a little bit. Hera, I think we need We don't necessarily need a T-spike absorber. It'd be very nice. Maybe Glow King. Linda with the double recommendation to use Mega Evos. I guess some people haven't played Gen 7. It has been a while, hasn't it? Are we old? We are old, I fear. It may be true. It's true. Maybe it's true. We are ancient. Look at us. Anyway. I don't think Superior is the move. With a slow mon, you need fast mons, therefore you need Superior. Not following that logic, to be honest. I think there are better places we could go. Banded D-Knight is an option I've seen a few times, and I've been kind of a hater, but I honestly think maybe it's good. Let's give it a try. We need Rapid Spin for sure. We need a ground type as well. We need a Dark Resist. Well, no, we already have that. We have Hera, but like it's not that real of a Dark Resist. But I guess there aren't that many offensive Dark types. Did you guys ban Roaring Moon again? You guys are the best. You banned Roaring Moon again. Oh, jeez. Gotta love NatDex player base. If we're running this, we need really good removal. I'm inclined to go Terapagos. I feel like it's the best removal out there. We need a really good fairy resist. We need hazards. We need some speed as well. Whoops. Okay, here's an idea. Mixed Val. Really weak to Ghost is the problem here. Probably too weak, eh? Yeah, probably too weak. Let's look at this then. Pinka is anywhere from 15 to 60 in my mind. I'm actually 75. So, yeah. I've just got that youthful cadence. What can I say? And I go to university just because I'm that kind of old guy, you know? Always learning. Never give up on that. There's a bit of wisdom for you from an old man who's seen a lot in his days. Okay, what's a great fairy resist we can add here? I feel like we probably want to steal because we... Oh. We need a ground last. What else do we lose to? Let's take a quick scan. Diance's pretty rough. Let's just slap on a Tinglu and let's just like run one and see what happens. Actually, let's go. Do we want to go like a Z move on this? We could run a Z move on this. Could go like Psychium. Could be kind of cool. Let's do that. Let's go for that. Why not? I guess we don't need to run a Z. But we can go, actually, maybe we go HDB and then like Flyinium. And on this we can go... We can go like DD, Fly, Fire Punch, Extreme Speed, something like that. Seems fine. And on this I think we go Rock Slide, EQ, SR, Ruination. Not bad. Not bad at all. No, we have no speed. Oh my god, I did it again. We have not a single fast Pokemon. Yeah, Corv could be good. Yeah, if I had time to build, I'd be more careful and deliberate about this, but I'm kind of just trying to throw something together so we can get one last game before I have to call it. It might be a Scald Raikou type team. If we ever get to the point where we have a Scald Raikou type team, then we abandon the team. That's what that means. Dragapult rules saying I should build the offensive core first. What exactly do you think a Future Sight, Slowbro plus a Mega Heracross is? You think this is like for bulk? You think this is to you think this is like just to wall a bunch of stuff? What, like, bro, what are you talking about? Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go Coco Treads. Ival, and if we're weak to Ghost, we're going to be weak to Ghost. That's how it's going to be. EQ, Outrage, Fire Punch, Extreme Speed. Sounds good. Adamant, let's do it. Let's run it. Let's rip it. Let's let it go. We'll go, how much speed do we run? 223. That seems good still. Yeah. Yo, actually, we'd like lose to Mega Venusaur, honestly, but whatever. We ball, I guess. Yeah, let's just run it anyway. Rapid Spin. Ice Spinner. With that in mind, maybe we go Flyinium. That low-key doesn't really help against Venusaur, though. Because then, yeah, that doesn't actually help, really. What was it, EQ? Yeah, we'll go with this. And we'll go Coco. We'll put Taunt on Coco. T-Bolt. We could run Brave Bird. That'd be kind of funny. Hidden Power Ice. We'll go Electrium. Big Electric. You know how it is. EQ. We'll go on this. Let's just go Leftovers. No time to mess around. with EVs. Life Orb, CC, Moonblast, T-Bolt, Knock Off. Actually, let's go Psychic, Psyshock, Psychic, Psyshock. Let's go Psychic. Yeah, this seems good. Okay, let's run a couple games and see how this does. Okay, we're facing this guy that we farmed earlier with our other team. Okay, I think Heracross still looks really good as a lead. Let's actually lead Treads. I feel like Treads. Okay, it's just going to be a Molt. Fine. Let's actually no. Let's go for Rocks because I don't think this will stay in. I think I'm expecting a U-turn. Okay, you're just gonna. Oh wow, and we die. I did not expect us to die, but okay, I guess we do. And let's U-turn. If you stay in, you got me. I mean, what else can I say really? Okay, that U-turn damage. Based on that, I think Ival can kill this. Because hold on, that U-turn did how much? That did 12. So this has like no defense. This Pharaoh, like no defense at all, probably. Sure, Brave. So Ival can probably kill here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, gonna protect. I'm going to go for it again. Okay, let's T-Bolt. Good play, but I feel like I'm in an okay situation still. I don't think I really need to make a prediction. Yeah, like this is fine. Okay, and we kill the Pharaoh. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm happy with that. So yeah, we lost our Pharaoh resist and we never had an Ival answer. Totally loses to Ival. So I think we can try this again with like a semi-trick room Slowbro core, but this is obviously not the team, but I just did not have time to build anything decent. So what do we sack? What do we toss in the bin? We could go D-Knight here and just go for an extreme speed. We could go for the tie. I don't think we do that though. Let's just go for the E speed, get some damage here. Cool, damage acquired. And let's port here. This is actually so tough though. Let's TR. Let's do the TR thing now and then go Heracross. Okay, let's Scald this. It's kind of a no-brainer. Okay, fine. Let's Scald again, honestly. Scald looks pretty good here. Not a lot of answers. The Coco comes in, we go into our Coco. I think that's the right play. Was because it's going to go for a big Electrium, right? Can our Coco live that? Yeah, I can live that. So this is, we're going to go Coco, and we're going to have a nice little speed tie on our hands. Okay, we do not win the speed tie, and actually that U-turn was a roll. That blows. Actually, no. No, it was a roll, but we were probably always going to die. The speed tie loss does suck, though. That was legitimately pretty bad. So I think it's time now to pray. CalcDex does not show your opponent's actual sets. I think that should be, I hope you know that, but it should be noted if it has not already been noted. Yeah. Okay, let's go Ival here. And let's click T-Bolt. I feel like my opponent's going to try to wear me down with LO chip. No real reason not to. And I'm definitely in the worst spot here, so I need to be going for plays. So let's go for T-Bolt and make it happen. Okay, we got red. And I think we guaranteed probably lose the game now. Let's Trick Room. Wow. Okay, that'll definitely do it. GG. Okay, we go 2-4. This was not good. All good. Didn't really matter anyway. I don't think we were going to win that game. So, yeah, this was rough. This was rough. This was a rough stream. There will be a Hera part 2. We'll take a vote. There will be a Hera part 2, whatever the vote says. But yeah, that's rough. That's really tough. I don't know what to say. I feel like the Rilla team was better, honestly, which is, but like, I mean, this honestly, this trick room thing we tried was pretty bad. I think Heracross does need to be on a balanced team. I don't think it can function on an offense. Maybe like a Screens HO could run a Trailblaze set, but I feel like Heracross does need to be the designated breaker on a fat team. Fat is just, it's tough to make fat work in NatDex. It's a pretty offensive tier, and the fat you normally see is just full stall. So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It was good at breaking. There's also sub SD on webs. We could go the webs route. There's always that. Which I don't think is great, but it's a possible angle we could try. But I don't know. I feel like if we're going to go webs, we might as well run a mega that's better on webs. And I feel like there are probably better megas for webs. Like what comes to mind, like Zard X, Zard Y, Metacham, Pinsir, all feel like they'd probably be better than Heracross. Maybe not. But yeah, I feel like the Slowbro idea has potential. The Rilla idea, I feel like, has potential as well. What did I do with Mega Camera up back? Dragapult would have helped. I will say. I get why people didn't like Dragapult, but it would have helped. I built a Mega Camera up team a while back. And what was that? Like, this was pretty good. We theoretically could have just dropped Heracross on here. This was kind of a similar model, except Camerupt was sort of the designated breaker. Let's see, what are the votes? That's crazy. I can't even see the poll on my end. Okay. Yeah, it looks like generally people want to see a Hera part 2, which we will do, of course. We'll try it again. But yeah, this was a disappointing performance. Yeah, but Ting-Lu. I feel like Ting-Lu should be good. King Gambit. The thing, having a speedy Pokemon that beat Zama was great. And now that we don't have that, things get a little bit awkward. I do get why Pult was banned, but it was nice to have speed that could beat Zama. Because without that, Zama is a bit oppressive, I feel like. Maybe not. Well, maybe not oppressive. No, because there are plenty of defensive answers, aren't they? I think I'm being a bit dramatic. But, let's try something. Maybe like Heracross. Rilla, because I feel like the Rilla was kind of okay, but it needed more fat support, and it wasn't getting that. Ting-Lu, maybe Corv, and then something fast in the last spot. It would have to be. And this would be like Rock Slide. It would have to be something fast in the last spot. This is where normally a Pult would go, but we don't have Pult at our disposal. So it'd probably be like a Zama. Something like that. Yeah, we've got to think more. There's really no time to build and cook something great right now. We need to think more, but Yeah, I think Hera is supportable. I think it's doable. When it was able to come in, it broke. But the problem is Heracross. I think okay, we did learn this stream. That's the good news. We did learn. What we learned. Let's do a quick summary. Heracross is very weak. Is very easy to revenge kill. Um, it is it is quite effective against fat teams. So I think what we need Heracross must have, I think, fairly bulky support. So we either need to go balance or bulkier. Because we need to be switching in on all the Pokemon that are revenge killing Heracross, which is like every offensive threat in the entire tier. Heracross does not get in on a lot of Pokemon. It destroys fat. So I would say Heracross wants fairly bulky report, must be on balance or bulkier. Bad in offensive MUs, great in fat and balance MUs, which we could have probably told this earlier if we just thought about this. But yeah, I think we need to just make it fatter. I think it's going to look like a pretty fat team. And we might even have to get a bit unconventional and give up on the speed control on Heracross. It might be like one priority Pokemon and then like one fast mon and then Heracross. I feel like, yeah, probably 4 fat mons, Heracross, 1 fast mon. That feels like. No, SD Trailblaze is cheese. Like, that's not helping with revenge killers. Realistically, a ton of stuff still outspeeds you, and you lose out on the breaking potential. You might as well just be good in the matchups where you're good against the fat Pokemon and accept that you're not going to have great matchups against really offensive stuff. Trailblaze to me, now as I said, Trailblaze on like a screens HO, like cool, sounds good. But I don't think that's the move on most Heracross teams. I think if you're running it on balance, I feel like Trailblaze is cheese. And yeah, you're getting revenged by literally everything because you often have to take a hit to get a kill in the first place. Um, so yeah, I feel like it does have potential, but I think we've got to support it a little bit better. And I just don't know how that's going to look is the really challenging part. But we will try. We shall try again. Okay, guys, thank you so much for attending. This was a good time. A little bit sad Hera didn't do better, and we couldn't, make that initial core work. I could see maybe teleport. Maybe we don't. Maybe we let go of the wish, and I could see maybe like I think the Rilla was good, honestly, but maybe it could be like Heracross plus like Blissey with teleport. I could see that being the move. Um, maybe with Wish Blissey stall. Maybe like Heracross semi stall is the move. I could see that being the move. Anyway, though, thank you guys very much for attending. We will end it there. I'll try to time this right. We'll end it.